first thing you want to have on hand is plenty of Christmas ribbon. So one of my favorite ribbons is something that you don't see through, and all my ribbon has wires on either side. See right here, it will hold its shape, see, with the wire ribbon. Otherwise, if you don't, then you have something like this that is more flimsy, and it may not hold its shape as well. But the wires are great. So with this ribbon, you want to cut pieces that are about 8 inches long. So you just cut a bunch of ribbon just to get all your different designs. Not only designs and different, like you can see through some and some you can't see through, but also different widths. So I have all different kinds of ribbon. I mean, even down to little tiny ones, because they'll also look pretty. It gives it a little more depth when you have different widths of your ribbon. Like I said, you can do it all one color and just have a couple of different widths. But I just happen to have all these different ribbons, so I went ahead and I'm going to do it like that. This is a 14-inch round circle of styrofoam. And here are all my different ribbons that I've cut. Now I have a lot more than I need here. I guesstimate that you're going to need a little bit over 100 pieces. Depends on how close you put them together, how full you want your wreath to be. What I'm going to use to attach my ribbon is these little pins. They're floral pins, and they look like a little T. You just want to make sure that your length of your needle is not wider than the width of your ring on your wreath. Now I also have a thimble here, because sometimes that just helps after a while of pushing the pins in. Just makes your fingers more comfortable. This is what the container, there's 40 in this pack. I have one here that has 100. So you're going to need, if I say like 100 of these pieces of ribbon, then you at least want to have 100. I would get 140 just to have extra. And I got these at Michael's. It's a craft store. I also have a little decoration. It's my little owl. I'm going to put it at the base of my ribbon. Like I'm going to have him sitting inside, over to the side or on the bottom. I haven't decided. But he's going to be so cute. The first thing I want to do with this styrofoam ring is I want to cover it. Now I have a bunch of ribbon here all rolled up, and I'm pretty sure this is the amount that I need. It may be more than I need. Okay, but if you don't have the exact amount, just start wrapping it, and then when you're done, just pin that little part down. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm wrapping. See how I have the ribbon with the part I'm going to wrap coming out from the bottom? Kind of like pretending like you're wrapping an ace bandage, and you can hold the ribbon in your hand. So go ahead and pin this down. Okay, and you don't pull real tight, because that'll pull the ribbon right off of the pin. Okay, but go ahead and start wrapping around, sort of like an ace bandage. And it doesn't have to be super tight, because you're going to be covering it with the ribbon. Okay, pull it sort of tight, but not too tight. So my nursing skills come in handy. So I have a teeny bit more than I need. This is not very expensive ribbon. That's all I have left. So I did a pretty good job of guesstimating. So just go ahead and cut that off. Hold it down. Cut it off and pin it down. So now your wreath is all covered. It looks great. I think that looks really nice. Let's start by taking our pieces of ribbon, and you're just going to bring the ends together, and you're going to just lay it right down. I left this end part up because I don't want these little tips here to be coming out the back, okay? So we'll just go ahead and stick that on with a pin. And we'll see how the wire will hold up. See, that's why you want the wired ribbon. So just keep taking different ones in different sizes and put the ends together. And just go ahead and pin that right on top of the last one that you did. And just keep adding different ribbons. Just doesn't even really matter. It's all going to look pretty in the end, even if you have a few that are the same. Go ahead and you can stick the pin right where you want it to hold it together. And just go ahead and stick that pin right in there at an angle. That way you know it's not going to come through. I have just used one package with 40 pins in it, and I got at least 1/3 of it done. Just depends on how close you put them together. So when you finish, you just kind of open up some of the bows so they're a little rounder. But see, you have all different sizes in there, different widths, and it just adds texture to it. When you come to the very end, bring your pieces together and just go very close to the last one that you did. Just keep adding a few more. So this one here, I'm going to cut some off. So I can get very close. You want to fill in a couple down underneath. That's up to you. It's my little owl. This owl has a little wire sticking out of the bottom of it. I got it from Michael's. It was $5.99, but I got it for 40% off. I'm going to wrap this wire around my wreath, and then I'm going to pin it. I'm going to twist it and come back around where the owl is. I'm going to bend it. I'm going to stick a pin on one side. I'm going to go at an X. I'm going to make an X. And those little T's are going to hold down the wire. And I'm going out at an angle where the little T's are holding the wire down. There's my little owl standing in there. He's so cute.